Oh, brother. Hey everyone, X-Man490 here, and my hair is always like this. I have this really annoying and loud printer, this HP OfficeJet 6500A Plus. An HP printer that it does print double-sided, but it's so noisy and it's slow, and half the time that I tell it to print, it doesn't print. I'll talk about this. Hey, look, I got a Wendy's thing, and now I'm gonna get like $2 off the sandwich, which is pretty nice. Alright, so accidentally printing out 2 copies of something that I need for my school thing. Very wonderful. Alright, now actually onto gaming stuff and not school stuff, which is making me too busy to bother to make Let's Plays. So with Humble Bundle 8, it's kind of an interesting bundle. You shut up. It's an interesting bundle because like it has a lot of games that don't have a lot of gameplay. Like already 3 of them I've played through like the whole way. Let me check Steam. So they're now I'm gonna go through these, I guess. Well, first, like the one that I haven't finished and I can finish is Little Inferno. It's sort of a shopping and burning stuff simulator. You know, you get a fireplace and then you order stuff in this shop, this online shop, and then you put it in there. And if you put it in combos, then you get little cards that you can speed up the process of delivery with. So that's pretty nice. It's kind of interesting, and then sometimes you get little letters of like I think your grandma and your neighbor, little friend. It's nice, but it's not very. It doesn't have a lot of substance. Then there's Thomas Was Alone. Let me see. I've already finished this one, and it took me about 3 hours or so. Though the last level was like the second to last stage. I think it was 9-9. So there are 9. I think there are like 9 chapters, and like the last 2 chapters are kind of unnecessary, or the last chapter, I guess, because like the thing is that it has this full story, and then has like 1 or 2 extra chapters to show like, oh, what happens next, and it's nice, but the last 2 chapters are kind of unnecessary. Maybe like a little to show off, oh, look, this happens. This is interesting because it's about these characters, and now these new characters, and but then, like, it goes into this sort of, like, kind of drags on with some sort of, like, villain sort of thing, but it doesn't really matter in the end, and has an ending that it's one of those ambiguous endings, those really ambiguous endings where you're just, like, looking at computer screens for some reason. Then there is the 3 that I have not played yet. There's Awesome Knots, which is a PvP sort of what's it called? It's like League of Legends, but a 2D platformer. So I'm not gonna get into that. PvP games, no. Half the time when I play them, I'm not having fun, and it's just not. It's no, just no. Then there's Capsized, which is some sort of like a jetpacky platformer, kind of like that Shadow Planet game. I think it's Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. Um, but it's only on Windows for now, so I can't play it on my Mac. I guess I'll just save it for later, though. Maybe play it later. Yeah, I do have it, so let me. Actually, on Steam, I have a little category. I call it to be played later. I have there Skyrim. I still haven't played that. Sleeping Dogs and Serious Sam and Alan Wake, and now Capsized. Let me see. And then there's Hotline Miami, which I have not played yet. I think I might play it because, like, the thing is that it has a sort of Dark Souls difficulty, where it's like, oh, all of a sudden, boom, you get killed by something, and then, but it has like that kind of difficulty, but with Super Meat Boy, like instant replay or instant respawn sort of thing. So that's pretty good, actually. And then there's the ones that are not exactly worth, like, aren't exactly worth retail, or really, like, even like a quarter off. I mean, a quarter the price. There's Proteus, which is like Proteus and Dear Esther. Both of them are games where pretty much all you do is walking around, and it's like they have their flares, but both of them can be finished in like 45 minutes, with Proteus, it's like you're walking around this really pixelated world, kind of like Minecraft, but you can't mine and you can't do anything other than walk around and chase little creatures like frogs and bugs. And then, it's kind of interesting. And then, like, there's this way where you can, this thing you can do where you can go to the different seasons. And I think, like, once you get to winter, then, like, then that's the end of the game. Um, and then Dear Esther, this one is just bad because the thing is that I'm thinking, this game where you just walk around, listen to this British guy telling his story, Dear Esther, it's been months and blah blah blah. And it's not a really bad story, but it's just, it has a lot of flavor text like, oh, it felt so bad, blah blah blah. And also the like when you're walking around, it kind of like the environments just kind of reflect like the character's feelings, but not what he's talking about, which is kind of unfortunate. And there's this one instance where everything's underwater, and I don't even know. I mean, actually, that kind of makes sense because he's talking about like being in the hospital or something. Um, but yeah, like they're just for instance, compared to Don't Starve. Don't Starve, I've been playing for like 37 hours, and even though I've died horrible deaths to monsters like if you go to the swamps and you don't have some armor on, then you're pretty much done for because you'll be whipped to death by these horrible tentacles that keep chasing you. So that's horrible and rough, but you know, what can you do? But the thing is that it has a lot of, like, it has actual gameplay, like it's not like telling you a story or showing you fancy things and then that's about it. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this and this and this, And similar thing with Minecraft, Minecraft it's even more because you can jump around and build stuff, like build a whole big castle or whatever. So yeah, there's that whole thing. Now I'm going to sort of amend my little thing about. Oh my god, it's already been 10 minutes already? Jeez. I think I might edit this, or. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'll just edit this. So with about the new consoles, I think like the thing is that I've heard I've seen the new trailer for Sonic Lost World or Lost Worlds or whatever. Like where I guess there are these aliens that really look like silly cartoons, yeah, it's very like the thing is about that game is that it's very childish. It seems to be, which I'm X-Man. I don't bother myself with overly childish things. Um, but it does look interesting. Like Sonic's running around on these like I guess, chunks of planets, I guess. And they're like all floating around, sort of like in Mario Galaxy. It's pretty good. It sounds good, but I don't know. And then like the gameplay, I don't know about that. It sounds a bit unsubstantial or just not very much. It's just like a 2D Sonic game, but in 3D, and it's not like in the newer games or the other new games, where you're running around really at a pace that's comparable to the speed of sound. Um, and then there's okay, and then there's like no sign of a new 3D Mario or Super Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart. It's just the Wii U still no don't really care about it, but maybe E3 will show me something, or like well, I mean not in E3 itself, but like in the Iwata, like oh now I can't even do the Iwata voice, but like in the Nintendo Direct things. Now with the PS4, it depends because I might, in fact, like the PS3 looks even better because there are these new games, BioShock Infinite, and coming up there's Saints Row 4. Though both of them, like Saints Row is really fun, and BioShock has that whole story, and I'm I'm I'm, I'm awfully curious, to see what happens in it, and I'd rather just play it myself. So hopefully there might be like ports of them for the PS4. That'd be great. As for the PS3 streaming of some games, I'm pretty sure that there was going to be like mainstays, Little Big Planet, and that other one, Infamous 2, and maybe like Sleeping Dogs and some indie games maybe. I don't know. I kind of doubt it, but and also Darksiders maybe. I think Darksiders was kicked out of PS Plus, which kind of sucks, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. It's nothing really much. Darksiders is kind of meh. So I guess that'll be it for this vlogging time. It's actually not too long. I think I might have done one that's longer than this. Probably not. But anyways, with my messy hair, I end this vlogging time. See you next time when I talk about the stuff from the E3 week.